Hello dear chess friends, and welcome to our new video. In that video I will present one of the most theoretically important games ever played. Of course you will see King's Indian opening and so-called AVERBAKH variation invented by so strong and famous Soviet Union Grandmaster Yuri AVERBAKH. Game was played in 1954 against Argentinian Grandmaster Oscar PANNO, and you will see how white simply confused black in that variation. With a new patent, black simply did not react well, and a convincing victory of Yuri AVERBAKH was very well deserved. d4, knight f6, and after c4, g6, knight c3, prelude to King's India defense, e4, d5, and bishop e2, which after castling gives the so-called AVERBAKH variation after move bishop g5. There are many ideas of that move. As first, black wants to prevent in some moment natural e5 because that bishop will pin the black. So right now e5 is not good. For instance, if e5, white may take, and after taking there is famous trick taking queen and knight d5 with crushing. So here, if black plays h6, idea is to play bishop e3, where white will get tempo after queen d2 attacking pawn h6. Black played c5, normal reaction, d5, a6, one of many possible plans here, a4 and queen a5. Of course black wants to play on the queen side, but white stops black from playing b5, now just bishop d2. White doesn't wait to be attacked with h6, bishop goes back to eliminate threat knight e4. And now black played e5, which is of course serious positional mistake. With e5, black will stop white expanding in the center maybe with f4, but with e5 black blocks the bishop on g7 and stays definitely with no counterplay. On queen side, he never would be able to play b5. On king side, he dreams of moving knight and playing f5, and that's why white played powerful move g4. And after g4, black is already maybe strategically lost, because as you can see, blocking the center, he stays with no play. There is no play. Neither on queen side nor on king side, black would be just unable to find anything. After g4, knight retreats, but h4, and okay, for black is to play f5 or to die, because simply, if black does not play f5, white will just squeeze him more and more with h5, g5, knight f3, and later will start attacking on g and h file. Black decided to play f5, but now counter-strike h5 simply crashes black king side. White uses the fact his king is absolutely perfectly safe in the center, while black king will be soon in trouble, targeting white by white bishops, rook, and very soon knight and queen. Black will be almost hopeless very soon. After this, f4. Well, what else? Black wants to close white bishops somehow to create some bunker, but white will play, of course, amazing move g5. If white allows black to play g5, black will surprisingly survive, because white would have nothing on the king side, and on queen side black will try, after retreating with queen, to play b6 and maybe e5 to block everything and to hold. White plays g5. With g5, white does not only fix his target on g6, white does not only restricts that black pieces, but also white prepares strategically desired bishop g4 move with exchanging light square bishops. After exchanging light square bishops, all that squares like g4, h7 maybe, and e6 of course, will be clearly in white favor. So g5, preventing blockade and keeping open the roads for white bishop and queen. Black reacts with rook f7, preparing evacuation of the king, because there will be some very dangerous on the king side. After that, of course, white taking, and now one of very instructive moment in the game. White did not play f3. That would be very bad because knight would get restricted, queen would get restricted. White to play this if pawn e4 is safe enough. White to play this if you can block that pawn some other way. And white to play f3 if your king is safe even without this. Black cannot attack e4, d5 punct, so knight f3 should be played. Knight blocks the pawn and still affects on the king side. Same time, after knight f3, white will play again amazing move, king e2. King belongs exactly in the center, and that is fastest way to bring queen to attack. Game is already over after only, that is move number 17, but after 10 moves practically, black was shocked by AVERBAKH's improvement, and simply e5 was terrible reaction. Rook g7, rook h4, white doubles on the file. H takes, everything goes smoothly, queen h1. After bishop e7, finally check, black evacuates the king and queen h6. Easily all white pieces are just entering the h file, knight f8. Knight f8, yes, rook c1. So in some moment, if that knight would not have been there, white would be able to play even queen g7, sacrificing queen with rook h7 mate. So many problems for black. Game is strategically over. After rook b8, looks like black will be able to do something on the queen side. No, there is nothing. Next white move crashes all black hopes and wins game almost in spot. Well, the point is bishop f4. After bishop f4, what can black do? ef would be met by powerful rook h4, where after rook f4, black would be absolutely hopeless. He must move the knight, but after this, if king moves, rook is lost. If black moves bishop to make space for the king, okay, now knight f8 would be lost. Black is completely lost. That was move 24. Instead of resigning, black played by inertia. Few moves more. After bishop f4, queen c7. Okay. Now white insists in clearing that diagonal. As you can see, black cannot take because queen f4. Knight moves. Now queen h3, invading via e6, threatening mate in 1. Black moves knight back, but finally there is another powerful strike. Rook f8, king f8 and queen e6. Bishop on f4 stays under attack forever. White threats mate with rook h8, and what to do as black? He must play rook g8, but now even knight joins attack. Of course, taking bishop will cost black a win. Will cost black soon mate, of course, after next move is queen g8 with mate, and if king g7, there is so beautiful mate with knight e7 and idea of playing rook h7 now with a mate. Yeah, that would be nice mate. For instance, if black plays something like, I don't know, rook d8, there will be rook h7 if you want beautiful mate, of course. And if you want some prosaic mate, there will be even queen g8. So black position is absolutely hopeless. Knight h4, bishop d8, knight g6, king e7 and knight e5. Finally, white bishop for a long time stayed on f4, and white sacrificed even knight on e5 with a devastating effect. Shocking game, shocking defeat of solid grandmaster in 31 moves, but the point is he was lost in 10 moves. So after bishop d2 and e5, I will pay attention on g4. White practically with block center is able to play on the both sides, and g4 just wins the game. After f5, black just supports white initiative there, and as you can see, all white pieces just invade via h5. That was really terrible defeat, my dear chess friends, and I hope you enjoy in that lesson. See you soon with new videos, and I hope you will equally enjoy in them. Bye bye.